And I'm Heather Branch here with Abe asking for his insight on what you can be working on now as you get closer to retirement. First and foremost, let's make sure you got your money in place because that is what's going to help you live out everything that you hope to do and dream about in your retirement years. TheRetirementKey.com is where you can start the conversation with Abe and his team at Abich Financial Services. We also have links posted in the show notes, or again, it's TheRetirementKey.com. All right, coming up on the season of Halloween and haunting and spooky things. Do you have any fears? Is there anything you're like afraid of? Or do you
Snakes.
just, like, snakes? Do snakes freak you out?
Snakes. Yeah. Not a snake fan.
Like
Not
if
a
you were,
snake fan.
but like if one were to be near you, like at the zoo, somebody were to come. I have a friend that she literally will turn ghost white and pass out if you get too close to her with a snake. Are you that far?
I mean, it probably depends on the snake. If it's a gardener snake or just something that's not, not, you already know it's not going to harm you. But if it was if I came across, I was out there hiking on the trail and I came across, some type of poisonous,
Something that was rattling
rattlesnake.
at you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We're running the other way very quickly.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I think never come across a bear, and I would never want to.
Nor
either.
would you want
like
to?
A grizzly bear, black bear. They're here in the area here and there, but
yeah.
and they're not too bad. But a grizzly bear,
Okay.
oh no,
Not for you.
no, never
Okay.
want to be anywhere near.
Okay.
Coming across one of those guys.
I get it. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Those are two things that I think that not uncommon.
Yeah.
To have fears of wildlife. You never know what an animal may or may not do or think or feel in a moment. And so keeping yourself at a safe distance is always a good thing.
Yes. I want to enjoy my retirement.
Right? With all of your person intact, please. And thank you, Mr. Bear and Poisonous Snake. All right. Well, what I wanted to ask you about is this idea of fears and things that we worry about and are scared of from a very real standpoint for so many Americans. This thing about what we fear even more than death is the very thing that you have committed your life's work to, Abe Abich.
Yeah.
A recent poll found 61% of working Americans are more afraid of retiring than they are of dying, which first of all makes me so sad to think that everybody, it's a time of life that we work so hard to get to. We should be able to enjoy it.
I know. Shouldn't be this way.
Petrified of it. And when, again, comes to the work that you do, trying to help people have more confidence in this, as you call it, this next phase of their financial life. What do you see as the issue here? And do you find that there are more factors than just money that need to be considered?
Well, it's a brand new phase of life for people, Heather, right? And people don't know anything about this phase yet, except through maybe other friends and family members. They haven't tested out this phase, what we call phase 2, retirement. All they've ever known is working and getting this solid, consistent paycheck and having money come in every 2 weeks, no matter what the markets are doing. That paycheck's still coming in, funding retirement, contributing to 401ks. And it's all we've ever known for the last 40 years. So to think about, all right, I'm going to pull the trigger here. The paycheck's going to stop. I've got to turn on my pension if I have one, start collecting Social Security. Haven't done that yet. And start taking money out of my life savings. When I just hit that $2 million mark or $1 million or $3 million, $5 million, I just hit the mark I've been working towards for 40 years. Now, Abe and the team, you're telling me my paycheck's going to stop. Well, that's your decision to make, right? But then I got to start taking money out when all I've ever known is putting money in.
Right.
This is the opposite of what people have known their entire lives. So naturally, it's going to be daunting and scary and concerning, and lead people to be anxious and worried about what are all the what ifs.
Yeah.
Because they've never experienced this before. So how do you take all of that uncertainty out of the equation? You put together a plan, right? Just like you get in your car, put in GPS when you're going to a new location. Oftentimes I'll put in GPS when I'm going to the same darn location I drive to all the time.
That's right. I just want to make sure that there's not any traffic obstructions. Why would I not prevent
or whatever it is.
Yes.
I go to their house all the time. I'll probably still put it in because I might be on a phone call or listen to music, and I want to know if traffic is coming up, if I should take a different route, like you just said, Heather.
Yeah.
And just kind of have it in the background. Well, we need the same type of roadmap heading into retirement. We really need a plan, an action plan to help us make all these new decisions that we never had to make before. when to take Social Security, when to turn on a pension, which accounts to tap for income, and what percentages, and taxes and healthcare, and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
We need a plan. We need to put together an action plan to address all of these decisions. There are so many at the point of retirement that we are never faced before. And once we put together that plan and then we monitor it 3 to 4 times a year and continue to go over these decisions until we're really confident that's what's going to happen, right? We're going to go over it over and over and over it, ideally several years before you retire. So we have time to make really good decisions that we're comfortable with. I think that's how you take out a lot of the uncertainty out. And there's always going to be a lot of crazy uncertainty going on in the world, but focusing in on what we can control, which is our own personal retirement and financial plan, I believe is key. And we see it all the time. When you do that, you can retire with dignity and confidence.
Yeah.
You can be sure of all these decisions you have to make that you've never made before. It's by going over it and thinking through all the pros and cons of all the decisions. But until you get to that point, Heather, until you have a plan, until you're going over it several times a year with a fiduciary phase 2 retirement planner, you're probably not going to have all the confidence you need and deserve. So we just had a couple come in from Reston. And the husband's already been retired. The wife's retiring here in the next month or two. About $3.5 million saved. They're in Reston, Virginia, and they're in their 60s. And again, the husband retired first, and then she's going out here in a month or two.
Okay.
And they're just concerned. And the husband's pretty confident. The wife is, the last one to retire, and so she's just been a little uneasy. But every meeting we have with them, and they're current clients now, they've been clients for about a year.
Yeah.
Every meeting we have, more confidence is gained.
Sure.
Because we're talking about it, and we're more sure, and they're more clear, more clarity on all the decisions on how the plan's going to work.
Yep.
It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time.
Right.
Which is why if you're 5 years or less away, even 10 years or less away, now's a really good time to start chipping away at these plans that you should have in place before you retire.
Okay.
If you're already retired and you're unsure about a lot of these decisions coming down the pike for you, RMD strategy, tax planning, healthcare planning, you could have transitioned into retirement successfully by having a lot of money, and then with the markets being up, it's been helpful, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But there could still be a lot of decisions you have to make. And if you're not 100% confident in your current retirement plan, even though you're currently retired, now's a fantastic time to get a second opinion and get it checked.
Right.
So I think a lot of that uncertainty, Heather, can be removed from the situation and equation by going over a well thought out, actionable plan where the math is tested and the variables are removed as much as possible. That's what we did with this couple in Reston. With $3.5 million, we created a where do I stand plan. Where do you stand a year out from your retirement? Now a month or two away for this couple. And we just went all through the numbers again with the wife being 60 days away from full retirement. It was super helpful for them.
Sure.
There's a final rollover to be made from the employer plan. There was a pension decision to make. They wanted to go through all those numbers with me. Do I take the single life, the joint life? So if you're listening right now or you're watching this video right now and you say, you know what, Abe, that sounds like me. I'm here in the area or I'm out of the area and I'm not super clear. I don't have a plan to help me transition from phase 1 into phase 2. My working career into retirement, lots of decisions coming down the pike for me. I need your help. I need someone's second opinion on what I'm doing. Go to the retirementkey.com. That's our website. Click on the Contact Us tab at the top of the page, and we can begin to have these same conversations with you as well.
We also have links posted in the show notes, so you can just click there or, again, visit us at theretirementkey.com. All right, you were talking about uncertainty. And is there anything more uncertain than what the White House will be in the next 4, 8, 12, whatever it is years? We have an election every 4 years. But what's interesting is the uncertainty of Social Security that each White House administration continues to ignore.
Nobody wants to touch it, Heather.
No, they're like, not our problem, not our fault. If we can't see it, it's not really there.
Right.
And yet, if Congress does nothing, we could see a 25% cut in benefits within the next 10 years. And again, neither side appears to have any kind of plan. David Dooley, he has been on the program here with us before, co-founder of the Social Security Risk Score. The man is just so invested in education on Social Security. And he says this ignoring by Washington is not doing the rest of us any good.
They don't want their retirement income plan subject to political football. And so if we can see the train coming down the track right now, and we hear the whistle because the train's around the bend, we don't quite see it, we hear it, but we know it's coming. We know something with Social Security is going to have to change. How do we make decisions today to put our retirement income plan in a place that no matter what happens in DC, no matter who's there, that we have the peace of mind that we made decisions today to insulate ourselves so we're not worried about someone who's saying, vote for me because I won't take your benefit, or that person's going to take their benefits.
It's something that we do worry about, but thinking about the conversation about hedging ourselves financially in so many phases for our retirement plan, in this case, Social Security, what do you recommend now to hedge against things like a possible cut in Social Security?
Heather, I would say to anyone listening right now, building in as much protection around your life savings as possible so that if Social Security does get cut, if those benefits do get cut and reduced in the future, which is possible, I think we'd see a lot of things happen before a reduction in payout and benefits.
Okay.
A lot of things like raising taxes, maybe eliminating the cost of living adjustment, bumping full retirement age back, and probably people that are 55 to 57 or younger would probably see the biggest, reduction in benefits is what we're hearing. Nonetheless, I think people right now could be protecting their life savings as much as possible to create income that's reliable and stable and dependable that could sit on top of their Social Security checks, right? Almost like creating pension-like income, right? So if you're listening right now and you don't have a pension, but you got a couple $1,000,000 saved, you got a good amount of money saved, and Social Security, you're concerned about Social Security getting reduced. Well, what you could do is create a plan like this couple I'm going to tell you about right now.
Okay.
This couple came in with a little under $2 million from Falls Church area.
Okay.
The wife's already retired. The husband's retiring in a year. Little under $2 million saved. And actually, I believe they did have one or two pensions, two Social Security checks, but about a $60,000 to $70,000 annual income gap or shortfall.
Okay.
Just 12 months from today when they want to retire.
Got it.
About $2 million saved. So what we show them is based on their risk comfort and risk tolerance and their goals that they want to achieve in the future, they're about a 5 on our risk scale of 1 to 10. Middle of the road, middle Americans, pretty conservative, not too aggressive with their life savings. That's who a lot of our clients are.
Sure.
We show them how with 50% of their life savings today that they could fill up that income gap and shortfall with more stable, with income that is stable, dependable, and predictable to sit on top of their two pensions and Social Security and cover nearly 100% of all their income heading into retirement without touching anything from the stock market side of their portfolio. So here we have another $1 million left, which isn't needed to generate income.
Okay.
That is huge. I mean, if you can head into retirement, have half of your life savings generate the income that you need to live on, coupled with any pensions or Social Security, and you're telling me, Abe, I don't need to touch the other half of my money for income and retirement, that's a darn good place to be in. That's the recommendation we made for this couple in Falls Church with $2 million, and they came on board because it made total sense.
Right.
So they have almost all their income needs met from non-stock market income.
Right.
A wonderful place to be in. And what I was just saying there is people need to protect their life savings more than ever with markets being at all-time highs. A lot of things coming down the pike. Interest rate cuts, hopefully a soft landing and not a recession. Who knows what's going to happen with the election?
Hope for the worst, but hope for the best, plan for the worst. Yeah.
Yes.
Got to do it.
Yes. So for anyone listening right now and you're that's saying, you know what, I could have an income gap and shortfall, really concerned about tapping into my life savings for income. I need a roadmap. I need something to follow.
Sure.
Go to our website, theretirementkey.com. Click on the Contact Us tab at the top of the page, and we can begin to have these same conversations about your retirement income as well.
We also have links posted in the show notes. If it's more convenient, you can just click there, or again, find us anytime, theretirementkey.com.